Hello guys, how are you doing? So last week I didn't release videos for 2 days and some of you asked why. Well, it was because I was busy preparing for a talk I was invited to give at Petco, which is a recycling company doing great work for its partners. They wanted me to speak to some of their young partners, contractors, employees, and so on. I went there to give the speech on Thursday, 11th of July, and I thought I'd share the video of that speech with you guys. So here it comes.
Likai. Good morning. How are you? Sanbonan. Minjan. Zapila Song. Thank you so much, Cara. I'm Katlago Mwache, and I'm here to let you know that there is a solution to every single problem, and it is up to you to find it and to implement it. I mean, all of us sitting here know for sure that we want greatness in our lives, right? But not all of us are willing to go the extra mile. Not all of us are willing to acknowledge that there are challenges that we are going to face and actually face them. One of the challenges that I've found in my short life of, I'm not going to say my age, but I've found that one of the challenges is critics, right? There is no human being that is doing something amazing in life that doesn't have critics. I mean, Petco has done amazing work, but I'm sure that there are certain people who still have negative things to say about you, right? Now, when we look at great nations like America, like China, like Singapore, history shows us that there is clear evidence that they have been having problems, they've sought solutions, they've implemented those solutions, but in the process, they were disliked, they were criticized. I share this to remind you that greatness is within your reach, both as an individual and as businesses that are represented here. But it requires you to understand that the problems confronting you, your clients, your suppliers, all your stakeholders need you to find solutions to them, overcome the obstacles that will come your way in the implementation process. Cara shared a bit about my story, and I'm just going to say, in my personal life, I found that the problem in South Africa's political, social, and economic landscape needed a solution. So I brought my bit of a solution through a YouTube channel called Citizen Concerned. I faced vicious smear campaigns on social media, calling me a prostitute, calling me a puppet, calling me a servant of the white monopoly capital. And I wish the white monopoly capital was paying me something, like I really wish I was part of it. But these are just claims and accusations, and I did not allow them to hold me down. I had discouraging fights with my friends and family members who said, you need to stop doing this because you're not safe with these politicians. They can come for you. But I did not listen to that because my focus was to bring a solution to the problems that I found in the nation of South Africa. Today, 10 months later, 41,000 subscribers later, 800,000 views per month later, I can tell you with confidence that there is a solution to every single problem that is facing us. The question is, are we willing to find the solutions? Are we willing to implement them? If you pay attention to this talk, two things will happen. One, you'll come to the realization that problems are not unique to you and your business. They're not unique to you because of your nationality, your gender, your race, anything like that. Problems are common to every single one of us. And two, you'll also understand that every problem that you, your business, and your stakeholders have, there is a solution and you can find it. It is up to you. Are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Are you ready to begin?
Yes.
If you are, say this after me. It is up to me.
It is up to me.
Again, it is up to me.
It is up to me.
Wonderful. Now, if there is one thing, one characteristic or fundamental belief that distinguishes successful leaders, it is the unwavering conviction that every single problem has a solution. This principle has been embraced by visionary leaders that have managed to lift businesses and nations to great heights. They, rather than succumbing to the challenges that they face, they tirelessly pursue solutions until they are found, because they understand one important principle: it is up to them. One such leader is Lee Kuan Yew, the Prime Minister of Singapore in the 1980s. He was faced with a daunting issue in his country, and that was the issue of drugs. Singapore had a drug issue that they didn't know how to deal with. He looked around, he looked at his parliament, he asked his people, how can we deal with the drug problem that we are facing in our nation? And nobody had a solution. But instead of saying, oh guys, we tried, there's nothing that we can do, he rose up and he said, it is up to me. I will not ignore this problem. And what did he do? He went out of the country until he got to America. And it was in America that he spoke to the US military, who told him how to solve that problem. The US military explained to him how their vigorous method was dealing with their drug problem. He came back to the nation, and when he came back to Singapore, he implemented the solutions that the US military informed him of. But do you think that people were just happy and like, yeah, well done, Lee Kuan Yew, you solved the problem? Do you think that's how they responded?
No.
No. He solved the problem, but still there were critics. Still, people were not happy with how he did it. They felt like, but I think you were too harsh, man. Come on, is that the best you could do? And I have an issue with that. I mean, we had a problem as a country, as Singapore. None of you had a solution. None of you knew how to do it. I went out, I went to America. They told me how to solve it. I brought the solution. And instead of you being grateful, you want to be critical of me. You want to tell me I was too harsh. What has your soft method done? And from that, I want you to realize that you can be the greatest in your industry, in your family, in the nation, wherever you are. There will still be critics. But always remember that it is up to me. Please say it again. It is up to me. Again, please.
It is up to me.
So Lee Kuan Yew, being the great and brave leader that he was, followed through with his mission, and today Singapore is one of those nations with the lowest drug-related crimes. Today, drug-related issues do occur there, but in a very minute way because of what he did. Lee Kuan Yew's determination and willingness to learn from successful strategies abroad highlighted his commitment to solving Singapore's challenges. By applying proven methodologies, he demonstrated effective leadership in addressing a critical issue, ensuring the welfare and stability of his nation. As you sit here, there are certain issues affecting you as an individual, affecting your family, affecting some industry in the recycling area, and you can see the problems that are there. It is up to you to seek after a successful strategic methods, thank you so much, and be committed to bringing that solution. Are you willing to be that person?
Yes.
Please, if you are, say it with me. It is up to me.
It is up to me.
It is up to me.
It is up to me.
The legacy of leaders like Lee Kuan Yew teaches us that with resolve and the right approach, no problem is insurmountable. It's the mindset of proactive problem solving that continues to inspire leaders around the world today. And it is the same mindset that should inspire you to confront the problems that you face, both as an individual and as a business. Lee Kuan Yew identified a pressing issue in Singapore and diligently sought a solution. And it is your time now to diligently seek after solutions to the problems that you have identified in your individual life. Now, I want us to take a bit of a detour. I have 3 questions and I need you to answer them with me. 1, what was the problem in Singapore? Drugs, right? Which country did Singapore go to find the solution? America. Did he find the solution?
Yes.
Did it work for him?
Yes.
Now, let's think about America today. Is America free of drugs? No. Is America not having massive issues with drugs? It is, right? Yeah. And this makes me think of or see a lesson here. America is a country where Lee Kuan Yew went to find a solution to the drug problems in Singapore. He did find the problem to the drug issues in Singapore. However, America itself is still with the same problem. This tells me that even the poorest or the worst performers around us can give us solutions. Just because America has failed to solve its own problems did not stop it from giving Singapore the solution. Do you understand what I mean? Yes. They still have the problem, but they managed to give Singapore the solution to that problem. And for me, that tells me that we shouldn't look down on people simply because they look like they can't help us, simply because they look like they are less than us, simply because of this and that. Because different people, regardless of the status of the life that they are in, they can bring us a solution. Do you agree with that? Yes. But even if they have the solution, they won't just vomit it out and give it to you. It won't just be written all over their face. It is up to you to engage them and get that solution. Say it again with me. It is up to me. Say it with conviction.
It is up to me.
So we're going to have 4 notes, and the first note is that even the worst performers may have solutions for you. And I'm going to say a lot, an hour is a long time, right? But I need you to leave with the 4 notes that I'm going to share with you. So pay attention. Every time I say the note, pay attention, please, okay? Okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much. So even the worst performers may have solutions for you. That is our first note. So please do not underestimate anyone. Your solutions could come from unexpected sources and individuals. It is essential to respect every single person, the business people, the pickers, any person. It is essential that you respect everyone, you foster connections, and you collaborate widely. By doing so, you open yourself up to innovative solutions that could effectively address the problems that you face. Today, we're going to have an opportunity to network with each other. Make sure that you do not undermine any single person here. Make sure that you open yourself up to the realization that people here have solutions to you, regardless of how they may look to you externally. Is that okay? Yes. Even the worst performers may have solutions for you, but it is up to you to find those solutions in those people. Again, it is up to me, right? In several of my YouTube videos, I discuss China's communist policies under Mao Zedong. Some people call him Mao Zedong, Mao Zedong. He was just that supreme leader of China under the communist era. During his time as leader, China endured significant suffering as a result of the poor decision-making of the communist government. These policies led to the deaths of 40 million people due to starvation and other causes. Despite having a lot of land and having a lot of people that can work the land, people died because the communist government of China failed to utilize their resources effectively. And this leads us to note 2 of the day. Just because you have all the resources does not mean you are guaranteed to succeed. And similarly, just because you lack all the resources does not mean you are guaranteed to fail, right? Just because you have all the resources does not mean you are guaranteed to succeed. Similarly, just because you lack all the resources does not mean you are guaranteed to fail. Do you believe that? Yes. And I'm not oblivious. I understand that having resources is an added advantage, but I also know that it doesn't guarantee we can be born on this side or this side and both of us can succeed or both of us can fail, because it is up to me, not up to the resources, but up to me. So a quick recap on the notes so far. Number 1 is even the worst performers may have solutions for you. And number 2, just because you have all the resources does not mean you're guaranteed to succeed. And similarly, just because you lack all the resources does not mean you're guaranteed to fail. I think you're on the right track. I like you guys. Thank you so much. Moving on. During Mao Zedong's lifetime and in the years following his death, China was far from the nation that it is today. A lot of people look at China and they're like, yeah, that's a good country. People are buying from Shein, they're buying from Temu. Apple is manufacturing things there. Various car manufacturers are manufacturing things there. But it wasn't always this beautiful, right? It was very gloomy. It was a place full of suffering, full of famine, full of people dying from starvation. I don't want to say fortunately he died, but like fortunately he died. I'm not a mean person, but I'm just a real person. As it was said, I'm all about evidence and facts, right? So after Mao Zedong's death, instead of perpetuating the communist ideologies that had brought about the severe devastation, China's new leadership recognized the urgent need for change, and they knew that it was up to them. They faced a critical decision. Either we're actively going to seek solution to our nation's challenges, or we can blame the past. We can blame the bourgeoisie that they had targeted and persecuted decades later. Good for them, they opted for the former path. And Chinese leaders looked to the world's most successful nations for their guidance. They embarked on a journey of learning and adaptation. Deng Xiaoping, a prominent figure in China's leadership, traveled to Singapore to study its remarkable success. Do you see a pattern here? Singapore had a problem. They didn't just sit and say, they didn't do that, right? Singapore got up and went to America to find a solution. Now we have Deng Xiaoping of China, who refused to just sit there, but went to Singapore because he saw that, no man, something good is happening this side, unlike in our country. Let's go next door and find out what are they doing right. And this tells us that when we see ourselves, our businesses not, when we see that things are not going well, don't just sit there, guys. Humble yourself and say, how are you doing it, my friend? How are you managing to collect more waste than I am? How are you managing to negotiate these prices more than I am? There is always somebody better than you. But it's not an opportunity to compete and, be angry or jealous. It is an opportunity to learn from them. It is an opportunity to save yourself the 10 years that it took them to learn what they learned, right? It is an opportunity to learn. And that is what Deng Xiaoping of China did. He was impressed with Singapore's methods, and then they decided to embrace those same methods. The method that was working in Singapore was a merit system whereby instead of just picking a person because you like them or this and that, we pick them because they are able to do it. Now, inspired by Singapore's approach, China embraced and implemented that same system. And this system continues to govern China today, where competence is a cornerstone of leadership within national institutions. State-owned entities, they're not run just by comrades. They're not run because I know you, nepotism, friends and that. They are run by competent people. For you to get a job in the government of China, there are thorough examinations that you need to do because they understand that, man, our nation is our pride. We need to ensure that we put the best of the best. And even in your own life, you may not run a nation, but you run yourself, you run your family, you run your business. Ensure that you aspire to being the best of the best. I saw all the programs that PEDCO has for us to learn from. Take advantage of them. Improve yourself. Watch that YouTube video. Ask that friend who's doing better than you and ensure that you run yourself and your business as best as possible because it is up to me. One more time. It is up to me. The commitment to meritocracy remains pivotal in both China and Singapore today. They ensure that the most capable individuals are entrusted with significant responsibilities. This strategic shift towards merit-based governance has played a crucial role in China's transformation and continues to shape its development today. Deng Xiaoping's visionary leadership extended beyond Singapore. He was like, and that's another thing. That's another thing that I have an issue with. Just because Kara has helped me with something doesn't mean that for everything that I'm going to do, I need Kara to be there. Right? There's a part that Kara is going to play in my life. There's a part that Belinda is going to play in my life. There's a part that Matebo is going to play in my life. Right? So don't have that thing of loyalty to a person because they helped me at that other part. Because they cannot fulfill every single area of your life. And just because I work with Belinda doesn't mean I have issues with Kara. Right? So Deng Xiaoping got something from Singapore, and once he was done with that, he moved on to Japan because there was something else that he could learn from Japan. His priority wasn't to Singapore, but it was to his Chinese people. Your priority isn't to this and that person. It is to the excellence of your life and the excellence of your business. So he went to Japan, and there he successfully persuaded Panasonic to establish manufacturing operations in China. Moreover, despite historical tensions, he ventured to the United States of America. And by that time, things were not good between China and the United States because of the wars that had taken place. But he stood up as a leader and he said, it is up to me. I cannot walk around in pride and say, no, but I have this history. I have this history with America, and for that reason, I'm not going to humble myself. He said, for the well-being of my nation, for the well-being of my citizens, I'm going to humble myself and I'm going to go to America because I see that they're doing something good, that if I can learn this, my people, my nation can benefit. And it is the same with you. All of us have enemies, nyana, people we've disagreed with, but it is more sensible for you to humble yourself and go back to that person, mend that relationship for the benefit of your business, for the benefit of your organization. So, despite the historical tensions, Deng Xiaoping ventured to the United States to mend the relationships, and he invited the American businesses to invest in manufacturing within China. It didn't just happen for all these companies to exist in China. Steps were taken, problems were identified, solutions were identified, and they were implemented, and it wasn't easy. This exemplifies true leadership. He disregarded the animosities and focused solely on securing solutions for his people's challenges. His actions indicate a crucial lesson. Effective leadership demands a relentless pursuit of practical solutions, irrespective of political or historical barriers. And that is our third note for the day. Effective leadership demands a relentless pursuit of practical solutions, irrespective of political or historical barriers. I know that in South Africa, our politicians have conditioned many of us to think in a way that because of our history, we cannot work with people of a certain race. We cannot work with people of certain political affiliations. But let me tell you something. They are saying that, but they understand that they need to work with other people, and they do it on the sly. Let me tell you something, that if that is the mindset that you are going to use in your personal and business life, you will miss out on the many solutions that those around you have for you. So please understand this. Effective leadership demands a relentless pursuit on practical solutions. It is about the solution, irrespective of political or historical barriers. Are you still with me?
Yes.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Great. Now, this approach not only facilitated economic growth, but it also transformed China into the global manufacturing powerhouse that we see it as today. Deng Xiaoping's bold initiatives laid the foundation for China's emergence as a vital player in the global economy. It demonstrated that practical leadership and a commitment to solving problems can look beyond the ideological and geopolitical differences. We don't have to be the same for us to find solutions in each other. I don't have to be like you. I don't have to have the same background as you. I don't have to have the same skin color as you. But if I have a solution for you, take it. If you have a solution for me, I will take it. He knew that it was up to him, and he acted like it. And as we continue with the talk, remember that in your case, it is up to you. China collaborated with America to find solutions for its people, embracing capitalist practices to ensure prosperity. And you know what happened? When Deng Xiaoping was accused of abandoning communism in favor of capitalism, he famously responded, "It does not matter whether the cat is black or white, as long as it catches mice." It does not matter whether the cat is black or white, as long as it catches mice. And this is an indication again of critics. He was there. He's like, okay, we are here, guys, as China. People have died. 40 million people died because of hunger, because of starvation. We have land, we have people, we have all of this. But due to our communism, we are failing. Let's try something else. So he tries something else. He's like, okay, let me try this capitalism thing. It's working in Singapore, it's working in America. Let's give it a shot. People who don't have solutions are like, no man, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you leaving communism? You know, we are supposed to be on this line. As handing line. But it's like, guys, it is not working for us. The dude just tries something else, and people do what? They criticize when they don't even have a solution. So even you, in your case, when you say, no, I want to try this thing, I want to work with this person, they're like, no, but we don't do that. Come on, we don't work with that race. We don't try that, right? It is you to say, it doesn't matter whether the cat is black or white, as long as it catches mice. Is that okay?
I love that.
Is that all right? And that is the mindset that we need to have on a daily basis. As leaders in your workplaces, in your companies, leaders of yourselves, challenges will always arise. Embrace the wisdom of your competitors. Embrace the wisdom of your rivals. Don't say because so-and-so is doing it, hey, I'm not going to do it. It's not about who's doing it. It's about does it work, right? It's not about the color of the cat. It's about does it catch the mouse. That is what we care about, right? So embrace the wisdom of your competitors, of your rivals, of your colleagues, even those that you do not see eye to eye with. If they have wisdom that will work for you, use it. In the face of a problem, and we will always have problems, the focus must be the solution. What matters is your customer satisfaction. What matters is a stakeholder contentment achieved through effective resolutions. And we all have different stakeholders, we each have different customers. Our focus should be always solving their problems. So many people who were observing what China was doing those days, it seemed like China sought solutions by enticing Americans and Japanese companies to bring their manufacturing to China. However, this overlooks the reciprocal benefits. While China was addressing its unemployment issues, other companies like Apple from America also sought solutions for their manufacturing challenges. Because at the time, there were issues of minimum wage, so Apple couldn't pay that minimum wage and also manage to run their company. So they were on the brink of, okay, we can pay this minimum wage, but at some point near the future, in the near future, we're going to have to shut down a company. Or we can use China, whose labor is very low because their unemployment is very high. We move our company from America,
for China. Yes, we're giving employment to China, and we can say that China is using us, but really it's not a matter of using. Actually, we always use each other all the time. You use your employer for the salary, and they use you to make what they're doing. I know the politicians make it seem like, no, the employer is bad, or the business is bad, but in reality, we are all using each other. Not in a bad way, it is just life. You want to acknowledge it or not, that is how life is. So people had issues with that, acting like China is doing something wrong, but this worked out for both of them. This strategic move not only sustained Apple, but it also contributed to China's economic growth and technological advancements. It exemplifies how seeking solutions can lead to mutually beneficial outcomes, right? And this brings us to our fourth note for the day. Life is about give and take. You benefit from others, and others benefit from you. Life is about give and take. You benefit from others, and others benefit from you. Look around the room, maybe you might find someone to benefit from today through the networking session, right? Now, through their mutually beneficial relationship, today, Apple stands as one of the largest companies in the world, while China has become a leading manufacturer of phones globally. Apple addresses the needs of its customers, and in turn, China tackled the unemployment of its citizens. So it was a win-win situation. This collaboration exemplifies how each party provided solutions that benefited their respective stakeholders. And while the benefits are evident, some people had concerns. Again, the critics, they always come. When Apple was about to close down shop, when Apple was about to say, okay guys, we can't afford to run this, these people didn't have solutions for Apple. Now Apple has found a solution for Apple, and these people are saying, no, but Apple, you can't do that. You need to keep the companies in America. But did you have a way to help me keep the companies in America? No, you didn't. I found a solution for myself, and you want to come and criticize what I'm doing. And the critics, they kind of make sense, right? Like, come on, we're American, we want to keep the companies in America so that Americans can be employed. But it isn't working. And Apple did what worked best for Apple. Now back to you. In your life, right? There are solutions that other people think will be best for you. But it is important that you evaluate everything and see what will work best for you. Shut your ears from the critics and do what will work best, what will best solve the problems that are facing you and your business. In our pursuit of greatness, we must acknowledge that not everyone will approve of our decisions. This is a reality we must embrace. Those who aspire to change the world will inevitably face criticism and praise in equal measure. To please everyone, we would just achieve absolutely nothing. But in this room, we pay critics little mind, and instead we direct our attention to refining and implementing viable solutions. In this room, we are not individuals who settle for mediocrity. We are here because we understand and embody the belief that there is a solution to every problem, and it is up to us to find and implement it. We understand that it is up to us. So say it after me.
Up to me.
Great. So we have lessons from Singapore's Lee Kuan Yew, and we have lessons from China's Deng Xiaoping. Before we proceed to lessons that I have learned through my short journey of YouTube as Citizen Concerned, let's recap on the lessons really quickly. 1, even the worst performers may have solutions for you. 2, just because you have all the resources does not mean you're guaranteed to succeed. Similarly, just because you lack all the resources does not mean you're guaranteed to fail. 3, effective leadership demands a relentless pursuit of practical solutions, irrespective of political or historical bearings. And 4, life is about give and take. You benefit from others, and others benefit from you. And of course, say it after me, it is up to me. Now to my story. As a humble YouTuber, I deliver a message that garners both love and hate. My commitment to truth and evidence isn't university embraced. It turns out that not everyone is fond of facts. Like I thought facts are what we all want. The truth is what we all want. But it turns out other people like other things instead. As I recount my journey, I invite you to reflect on yours. Just as I'm about to share the problems, struggles, and solutions that I have encountered, consider the path that you are on. The solutions that you must implement, the problems that you are facing. Are you okay with doing that with me? Yes. Okay. My journey began after years of watching from the sidelines what was happening in the political landscape of South Africa. I was frustrated by the widespread lies, especially in a political realm. Political leaders sow division and spread propaganda, treating fellow citizens as adversaries instead of partners in progress, which is what we ought to be to each other. The failure of elected officials to mend our nation distressed me deeply, compelling me to take action and make it my mission for the years ahead. History teaches us that being silent in the face of political propaganda is equal to being complicit. And that realization urged me to act. Much like those who fought against apartheid, like Nelson Mandela, Helen Suzman, and countless others, I chose to confront the falsehood and advocate for the truth. My goal isn't to comfort the audience or win popularity with them. I strive to ensure that truth prevails in our nation's discourse, in the sea of deceit. I try hard to ensure that every video I produce and release is backed by rigorous research and substantiated by facts. And you can imagine the ruffling of feathers and facing hatred are inevitable consequences. But for every critic and detractor, there are supporters who share my passion for truth and evidence. In a world plagued by deception, acknowledging the truth isn't easy, but it is necessary, and I said it is up to me. I believe my work is making an impact, one video and one subscriber at a time. Those who resist the truth are displeased. Those who prefer division are discontented. I anticipated the backlash, and it came swifter than I thought it would, in the form of online attacks and baseless accusations. As I told you, I've been called many names, from being a prostitute, a puppet, a sellout, all the names that they can come up with. These insults aim to undermine my resolve, yet they fuel me to persist even more. Such attacks reveal a desire to silence the differing opinions and perpetuate political deceit, but my videos serve as my contribution to South Africa, a solution to combat misinformation and promote informed discourse. Now back to you. When the solution that you are bringing in the nation, in your family, in the industry of recycling, people will have stuff to say about you. I don't know what they say, but I know that they're saying something. That's how people are. But instead of allowing that to bring you down, say, I'm going to use this as a fuel. I'm going to use your negativity as a fuel. You want to call me this, you want to call me that. You want to discourage me with this and discourage me with that. You know what? I'm coming back 10 times stronger because of what you have said. That is what I need you to leave this place with. Is that okay? Yes. I need you to leave here with the understanding that it's not about the critics, but it is up to you. Each week, I dedicate hours to deepen my understanding of history. I mean, most of the topics that I cover, like 10 months ago, I had no understanding of any of them. I didn't do history at school. In university, I studied engineering. I didn't care about politics. I didn't even watch news. But when I saw what was happening, I was like, I need to do something. There was a problem and a solution needed to come.
It could have been, oh man, this is not my thing. I'm an engineer. Come on, I can't do this. I don't know YouTube. I don't know how to edit. I don't have a camera. But instead, what did I do? I'm going to do the research. I'm going to use the equipment I have, and I'm going to bring my tiny solution into the situation. I'm saying that to say, when you face the solutions that you have, I don't have room, I don't have space, I don't have this equipment, don't just stop there. Yes, you don't have that, but what do you have? What do you have? Did you apply for Petco's assistance? Did you use the tiny space in your yard that you have? Use what you have, use the time that you have to bring about the solution that we need. Each week, I dedicate the hours to deepen my understanding, instead of claiming ignorance and simply accepting the problem that I saw in our nation. I relentlessly pursue the truth, which in this case is the solution that I bring. My mission isn't unique. It mirrors efforts everywhere. In post-apartheid South Africa, however, this crucial work has been neglected, leading us to repeat past injustices. Silence, guys, breeds atrocities. When we are quiet, evil just continues. It is evident in historical tragedies from Zimbabwe's Shona versus Ndebele, Rwanda's Hutu versus Tutsi, Germany's Jew versus Nazi, and beyond. Each of these are testament to the dangers of unchecked propaganda. I firmly believe that speaking up against propaganda can prevent crimes against humanity. If more voices had challenged falsehoods in their early stages, countless tragedies might have been averted. Because when good people remain silent, evil prevails. We have been discussing how life is about problems, solutions, and criticism during the implementation process. And my journey illustrates my commitment to addressing this problem in my small way. It's a journey met by both praise and criticism, yet I persist, hoping that someday the truth and evidence I champion will be embraced and tested by all. I know that was lengthy, but I've shared this lengthy narrative of my project and struggle to remind you of the world's complexities. It is a world brimming with problems, and these problems are waiting for solutions. And some of these problems are waiting and saying, it is up to you to solve me. It is up to you to solve me. Each and every one of us have what it takes to solve the problems we see in the world, in our lives, our family, the recycling industry, and our nation at large. Today, I urge you to recognize, please guys, recognize that solutions exist for your challenges and those faced by your clients and stakeholders. Whether you aim to expand your business or advance within the company you are in, the potential for growth lies in identifying problems you're passionate about solving and taking decisive action. Don't be discouraged by the challenges and critics. You will encounter various types of challenges and critics both in your business and your personal life. You're not alone. There are challenges that I confront every week when I choose the subject of the week's videos. Such is the nature of striving for achievement. There will always be individuals who find fault with your solutions, but always remember who you are doing it for. Your people, your clients, your employees, your family. It is your responsibility to seek out those solutions wherever they may be found. As a collective, as a human race, those of us who find solutions to our problems enable the rest of us to live more comfortably, free from many burdens. Imagine the benefits that we have today due to the solutions pursued by people like Nelson Mandela and Helen Suzman. Those who sacrifice their time to learn from every available source of knowledge propel our communities and nations toward positive change. There are men and women who refuse to rest until they've tackled one or more of the challenges we face as a people. They are the driving force behind the solutions that impact nations and businesses alike. While their names may fade away from our memory, their contributions will endure, guiding us every year toward further innovations and solutions. I urge you to act in such a way that your contributions will be added to those. It is possible, and it is up to you. For nations and companies to chart the right course, they need capable leaders who acknowledge when they lack solutions to pressing issues within their jurisdiction. To find the best solution, these leaders must be willing to learn from anyone, anywhere, as long as it benefits their people, country, and company. You too can be such a leader. It is up to you. Sometimes the solution to your problem lies within your perceived enemies. And I say perceived enemies because sometimes the people we call enemies really aren't our enemies. We mustn't allow animosity to prevent us from accessing the solutions we seek. Similarly, the solutions may emerge from unexpected sources, even those we've overlooked or dismissed. We must be open-minded and willing to consider the solutions from anyone who shows promise, irrespective of their background or affiliation. A solution is just that. It's a solution. It works whether it originates from a friend or a foe. We must adapt solutions from wherever they arise and adapt them to benefit our companies, our businesses, family, and nation. Always remember, say it with me, it is up to me. These principles are universal. They are applicable not only to nations and businesses, but also to communities, to families and individuals. We research online reviews before making a purchase for our family. We seek advice from family, friends, and neighbors as to which school to take our children to. As parents, we continually strive to solve problems and create better futures for our families. We walk with the understanding that it is up to me. Let's avoid adopting a mentality that dismisses problems as someone else's responsibility, or the attitude of, sorry, the system is offline and there's nothing that I can do. Instead, let's take charge and actively seek solutions that benefit our businesses, our families, our stakeholders, and improve our personal circumstances. Talking about personal circumstances, self-improvement, for instance, is a solution to low income. I know a lot of people complain about low income and they're like, what can I do? I don't have this qualification. I'm coming from this side of the tracks. I'm this race. You know, they don't give us raises or our salaries are that low. But in reality, it is up to you. Whether through education, negotiation skills, personal branding, or networking skills, you can improve your income. You can improve yourself. It is up to you to improve. If you believe it, please say it with me. It is up to me. The same proactive approach applies to your business, be it a small business, a medium-sized, or a large business. We must cultivate a solution-oriented mindset and not be misled by incompetent politicians who make us think that just because we are from this background, just because we are this gender, just because we are this skin color, we are destined to remain in problems. No, sir. No, ma'am. It is up to you. The power is in your hands. And together, you and I need to spread awareness about the collective actions we can take to enhance our lives, our businesses, our communities, and country. Say it with me. It is up to me. Solutions come in many forms and from various sources. Sometimes it's a tool we need to purchase or rent. Other times it's a course we need to attend, a YouTube tutorial we need to watch, a Petco course that we need to come to in order to enhance our skills, or simply advice from a friend or competitor. Solutions are diverse, but their effectiveness relies on our willingness to learn and adapt. Say it with me, please. It is up to me. Much knowledge lies at our fingertips, waiting to be discovered online. Sometimes the solution is tangible, sitting on the shelf, waiting to be acquired. Other times the solution is conceptual, requiring us to innovate and explore new ideas. It's not productive to dwell on disadvantages or complain about inequalities. And I'm not saying that disadvantages and inequalities do not exist. I'm saying that dwelling on them does not change anything, but coming up with solutions to them is what makes all the difference. Instead, recognize that everyone faces challenges and must find their own solutions. Please say it with me. It is up to me. Please, we must not hesitate to seek solutions from all available resources. Around here, again, there are solutions. Whether another country, a friend, a relative, a subject matter expert, there is a way where we can find them. And we must remain committed to finding solutions that meet our needs individually and collectively. We're almost there. Say it with me. It is up to me. The history of humanity is a testament to our resilience in the face of adversity. Throughout history, people of all races have encountered and overcome challenges such as war, slavery, corruption, poverty, droughts, and more. But we persist as a human race, solving one problem after another because we understand a fundamental truth. It is up to us. In conclusion, please know that it falls upon each of us as fathers and mothers, brothers and sisters, citizens, business owners, employers and employees. It falls on us to seek solutions that ensure our families' well-being, their prosperity and safety. Another thing that we need to do, which is our responsibility, is to elect leaders who guide our countries towards success, ensuring protection from crime and resolving challenges beyond our individual capacities. It is your responsibility to invest in yourself. It is your responsibility to improve your skills. It is your responsibility to demonstrate your value to your employers to secure that better salary and position. It is your responsibility to improve yourself and ensure that clients give you profitable contracts. We must actively seek solutions to enhance our businesses, retain our customers, attract talented employees, and provide exceptional products and services. Let us continue to solve problems, to foster progress, and seize opportunities for growth. Together, we can shape a brighter future for ourselves and generations to come. After all, it is up to us. To recap on the notes for the day, number 1, even the worst performers may have solutions for you. Just because you have all the resources does not mean you're guaranteed to succeed. Similarly, just because you lack all the resources does not mean you're guaranteed to fail. Effective leadership demands a relentless pursuit of practical solutions, irrespective of political or historic barriers. Life is about give and take. You benefit from others, and others benefit from you. And of course, say this after me. It is up to me. There's a solution to every problem, and it is up to you to find and implement it. Thank you.